What is going on, guys? Evans Wrestling back here again today. On my YouTube channel, I will be doing a little shoot video. I'll be shooting on somebody today, and today I will be shooting on the Hannibal TV. Now, for those of you who don't know who Hannibal is, he's this shoot interviewer on YouTube. He does all kinds of shoot interviews with a bunch of wrestlers and people in the wrestling business. And today, alright, let's just get one thing straight here. Hannibal is garbage. Hannibal is a piece of garbage. Hannibal's one of those guys that thinks he can walk into any wrestling locker room and thinks that he owns the room. When first of all, Hannibal, you don't own anything in the wrestling business. And I know you're retired now, which I hope you stay retired. Don't ever come out of retirement, because you suck. Now, if you don't know, Hannibal is the guy who wrestled Abdullah the Butcher and got hepatitis C. And apparently, before Hannibal, Devin Nicholson is his real name, and he got hepatitis C from a match with Abdullah the Butcher back in 2007. And apparently, he was supposed to go to WWE. Apparently, he was supposed to get a developmental contract in WWE, which I'm glad they didn't go through and signing him. Well, they didn't sign him because he contracted hepatitis C from Abdullah the Butcher. Well, I'm kind of glad that WWE didn't sign him, because one, he can't wrestle. Two, he's a wannabe wrestler. Three, I don't know how he has a bunch of subscribers on YouTube. I just don't understand how he has that giant fan base. And I just can't stand Hannibal TV. He's one of those guys that walks around the wrestling locker rooms and on YouTube thinking that everybody owes him something. Thinking that, well, first of all, Hannibal, no one owes you anything. And he's one of those guys that walks around wrestling locker rooms or walks around in the business thinking that the wrestling business owes him, when the wrestling business doesn't owe you nothing. You owe the business. That is the real truth. You owe the business. The business does not own you or owe you. And if you don't know, Hannibal is the guy who in a match took a spike and he stabbed the referee in the head a bunch of times with it. And when he did this, he used to wear a mask, and he called himself the Blood Hunter, and his manager was Kevin Sullivan. Well, I'm not a big Kevin Sullivan fan. I really don't care for him. I'm just not a big fan of Kevin Sullivan. But Kevin Sullivan caters to Hannibal like Hannibal's all innocent and everything that he's caused, when he's not. If you remember, he's the one that slapped the crap out of legendary wrestler Terry Funk. And you can look the video up on YouTube, by the way. He slaps Terry Funk right on his eardrum and busted his eardrum. And in the video, you can see the blood coming out through his ear. And he also did this to the late, great Lanny Poffo as well. Lanny Poffo had lost his luggage on his way to where he was supposed to wrestle Hannibal at. And Hannibal took it upon himself to rip the only shirt Lanny Poffo had, and the only shirt Lanny had with him because his luggage got lost, and the only the shirt he wore out in his match. Hannibal tore it off, and then when Lanny Poffo got backstage, there's footage of this on YouTube too. You can look it up. He's looking for Hannibal, and he goes into the locker room where Hannibal is, and he slaps him a couple times, and then Hannibal took it upon himself to perform a takedown on the legend, late great Lanny Poffo. And he's all this, and this was real too. This was no shoot. This was a shoot. This was no work. And Hannibal took it upon himself, instead of just talking to Lanny man to man, face to face. But no, he took it upon himself to perform a takedown on legendary Lanny Poffo, and he grabbing his arm like he was about to break it. And honestly, Lanny Poffo with one arm would kill Hannibal. I'm just saying. Yes, you can go. All this stuff is well documented too. You can go the stabbing, the Terry Funk incident, and the Lanny Poffo incident. All these were shoots. These were no works. You can go up on YouTube and find all 3 videos. To me, Hannibal was not a good wrestler. I'm glad he didn't make it to the WWE. You know what? Hannibal belongs in AEW, because that's what AEW is filled with. Wannabe wrestlers that can't wrestle if their life depended on it. So Hannibal's shoot interviews on YouTube are boring. They are hard to sit through. Some shoot interviews some shoot interviews are boring. Like, you cannot sit through Hannibal's shoot interviews, and the person he's interviewing is not the reason why it's boring. It's Hannibal's voice in the background that ruins the interviews. And I know in shoot interviews you gotta ask the person questions and stuff like that. And I was scrolling through YouTube this morning, and I seen this little YouTube short where Kevin Sullivan and Devin Nicholson Hannibal, whatever the hell you want to call yourselves, I really don't care. It started off, these two, Hannibal and Kevin Sullivan, were making a joke out of Chris Benoit being dead. Well, Hannibal, the short, it's a short one too. It just starts, Hannibal says he's here with the rear murderer of Chris Benoit, and then Hannibal and Kevin Sullivan are sitting there laughing about it, which it's not funny. It's disrespectful to Benoit, it's disrespectful to Nancy, it's disrespectful to Daniel, and it's disrespectful to David as well. The Benoit family. It's tasteless to the Benoit family. And Hannibal's, oh, please don't kill me, I see the red in your face. It's like, when I heard that, I was like, alright, I'm doing this video, because Hannibal, I can't deal with this dude. His voice is annoying. And the reason why he didn't... Now, Hannibal is the guy that contracted hepatitis C from Abdul the Butcher, and the reason why WWE canceled his contract offer is because of the match that happened where he got contracted with hepatitis C back in 2007. So that's the reason why. Well, that's what Hannibal claimed was the reason why WWE didn't sign him, was because hepatitis C. And if you don't know, Hannibal sued the WWE for something about the contract, because around that time WWE had went PG and there was a no blood policy in the company. You know, Hannibal excuse me, Hannibal went on this Hannibal went on about how the WWE didn't sign him because he had hepatitis C and they had a no blood policy, and that. Well, first of all, I really don't think that's the reason why WWE canceled his contract. I think it's because WWE didn't see anything in Hannibal, which I won't blame him, because I don't see anything either. But Hannibal is a disgrace to professional wrestling. He's a disgrace to shoot interviews. He's an average wrestler. He was an average performer, which I didn't see anything, and nobody else seen anything either. So now all I got left to say is, Hannibal, stay in Canada. Don't come to the United States. Stay in Canada, where you belong, and do your little boring 1 hour, 2 hour shoot interviews that nobody hardly watches anymore because you suck. And the person he's interviewing nowadays is Kevin Sullivan. Oh, I forgot to mention that a few years ago, Hannibal also talked about Kevin Owens. Now there's a shoot interview with Kevin Owens from a few years ago, before Kevin Owens made it to WWE. Kevin Owens talked about how Hannibal said that he was gonna kick Kevin Owens' ass, which Hannibal, you could never do, because Kevin Owens would mop the floor with you, first of all. And I think Kevin Owens would say that Jacques Rougeau or Hannibal or whoever said it to Kevin said that he was ungrateful. Kevin Owens is a much better performer. Kevin Owens is more entertaining. Kevin Owens can bring people to their feet. Hannibal can't. Hannibal does not put butts in the seats. Kevin Owens puts more butts in the seats than Hannibal does. So all I got to say is, Hannibal, glad you retired. Don't come back to the wrestling business. Stay out of the wrestling business. I didn't like you when you jumped in. I was much glad when you jumped out. And just don't jump back in. Do not jump back in. Stay retired, because that's all you are, is a average wannabe wrestler who could never lace any of the talent in WWE's boots today. So that's all I got to say about Hannibal. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on everything at Evans Wrestling. And don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube to my channel. Also, I want to give a big shout out here on my YouTube channel here today. So I want to give a big shout out to another wrestling YouTube channel on this. Another YouTube wrestling channel on YouTube. They are one of the best YouTube channels going today. If you guys don't know yet, why don't you guys run on over, if you haven't already yet, and subscribe to Wrestling Rampage right here on YouTube. Those three guys are amazing. They do great videos. They're funny. They could. The videos are entertaining to watch, and so if you haven't already, go subscribe to Wrestling Rampage. Give them them three guys some subscribers. They deserve it, because they are actually one of the best YouTube channels, wrestling YouTube channels here on YouTube. So yes, go subscribe to Wrestling Rampage. Them three guys are great videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.